I guess we can start by getting some preparations done first. For example, the most important thing as a first step is we need to enable some plugins, right? So these two, animation warping and motion warping, they're already enabled inside older ATPS engine versions, but it will be best to check again, right? And we also need these 5 post-search, gameplay ability, gameplay camera, blend stack, and chooser, right? Before we do anything, we need to make sure to enable these plugins inside the this one. So search for all of these. I'm gonna send the name of the plugins to you later, and you can follow along. Yeah. So basically, check if every one of these are enabled. For example, post search. Yeah. Make sure all of these are enabled. Then we can move on to the second step, which is check the collision settings. Right. So inside, I'm not sure how you are using ATPS project. Are you bringing in other, like for example, other project into ATPS, or bringing migrating ATPS over to your existing project? But either way, you need to make sure the you need to make sure the collision channels ATPS is using are are ready to use inside your main project, basically. So go to project settings and collisions, and you need to check all of these if they are here, right? If they're not, you can go to the new ATPS project and export these settings to an ini file and then import into your current project. Or you can just create them manually. But just you need to make sure, though, all of these default response are set to exactly this. Otherwise, your like the things in your, for example, in your level you're working on, they might have the wrong kind of response, and you're gonna have to go over all of them to change them back to the default one. So that's gonna take a lot of time. This used to be a thing. I'm not sure if right now the newer engine versions still have this issue, but it would be best to do this first and make sure the default response are set correctly. Okay. All right. After that's done, the third thing is we need to copy all of these console variables into the ini file. So what we need to do is go to your project folder and go to config and let's see, default engine, I think. Yeah, and here we can just paste all of this bit somewhere under this. For example, script engine, game engine. Okay. After that's done, we should be basically good to go. And right now, what I have is something I've already worked on. This is basically a ATPS 152 right here, and I got this ATPS _update, which is the new update. Right before I migrate everything over to the older project, I actually need to we actually need to rename this folder to something like ATPS _update. Otherwise, if you migrate, some of these old logics will be like overridden, and you probably, someone might have the habit of adding some custom logic into this base character, and if it's overridden, everything you worked on might be lost. So it would be best to migrate to another folder, right? And we can think about updating the blueprint logics later. And but basically, it will be a good practice to, for example, if you want to add an inventory logic to this to ATPS, would be best to either create a child blueprint class and add all of the logic into the child class, or you can do a reparenting. For example, the older ATPS base character is parented to character class, and chances are, if you have some other project you need to bring in, chances are their character logic is also parented to character. So either you reparent ATPS base character to the other character class, that way ATPS character will inherit all of the variables and logics you need. So either do this or create a child blueprint and add whatever custom logic you need inside the child. So the good thing about this practice is the next time you see an ATPS update, for example, I add some new logic, new variables into the base character, you can actually go to, for example, go to this folder into the content and find our old U asset, like this one. We can replace this one with the new logic. That way we don't need to do any extra settings and stuff, right? But we'll get to that once we finish the locomotion part. Okay? All right. So after you migrate the new update over to your old project, you should have an ATPS folder, which is the old stuff, and the ATPS update is all of the new stuff in here, and you have all of the plugins ready, and have some of these, for example, a new custom character you bring in. And I have right here is the retargeted assets from my previous recordings. So I'm just gonna rename this to old, and we can start over. Sorry, it might take some time. Another thing I want to bring up is there are so for some of the characters, like stuck. So some of the characters, they might have the same skeleton hierarchy and roughly the same bone positions and rotations. For those assets, you can actually try to use like compatible skeleton or just assign skeleton. For example, you can right-click on this and assign it to, for example, the UE5 many skeleton, and see how the animation plays on this character, on this mesh. If everything's good, I guess you can go with that way. But today, chances are there are gonna be some minor differences. For example, this one provided by you actually is missing an interaction bone, which is used for traversal. So we're gonna try a different way, and we're gonna do a full retargeting. And maybe in the future, if you use another character, and that might be helpful. Oh, I should probably, yeah. All right. So now that's finished. Let's create a new folder. Let's just call it 1, and we're going to retarget all of the animations over to this folder. And before we start, let's go to ATPS update, which is the new update folder, and go to update. motion matching, and the character we're using is a UE5. Oh, before we begin, we can actually take a look at this character asset. Skeletal mesh asset. So for UE5, as I mentioned, there's a bone called interaction, but it's not in this hierarchy. We can either click on click on edit skeleton, and then click on this add button, and we can add a new bone to it. Let's call this one, what do we call it? Interaction. We don't need to weight paint or anything. Just add this bone under the root bone. That would be good. But we can also get by without it. I think I'm just gonna cancel, and let's do it without the interaction bone. So let's go to update motion matching. Since we're using UE5 hierarchy, we go to UE5 folder and find this dense folder. These are all the locomotion animations. So go into one of them, find an animation sequence, and go to retarget animation. And here we can search for our asset, which is called SWAT. Okay. And we have this auto-generate retargeter. We're not going to use this auto-generated retargeter, but instead we're going to export this into the one folder. That'll give us an IK rig. I know it's already provided by the CC character asset, but let's just do this all the same. Okay, basically in here we have right now we have a retarget called RTG auto generated. Might be best we replace this one, rename this one to something like RTG SWAT or UE5 to SWAT. Okay. We don't need to do much about the IK rigs. They are ready to go, basically. And we do need to check the chain mapping settings here. For the arm chains, we should be fine with the default settings. For the legs, though, we need to probably best to turn this all the way up to 1. Pole vector matching. That's basically telling where our character's knee should be pointing at. So turn both up to 1. And okay, let me check what else I need. Asset. Okay, inside global settings, let's enable IK as well. And all right, see how it looks on the side. Should be okay. And under root settings, we want to set blend to source, set it to 1. Okay. Set it to 1, and we're going to create some post operations before we start retargeting. And these 7 pin bones, we don't need these. We don't need this root motion generator. Remove this. Let's start by creating a pin bone. This one we want to pin to. Okay, click on this bones to pin, and click on index. Copy to bone is the bone name on our target rig, which is the SWAT skeletal mesh, and copy from is the one from UE5. So we want to first copy the root bone to root bone, and pin. We want to pin the root bone to the source, which is the UE5 characters. So if we let's go back to asset settings, we might want to add an offset to this. Let's, for example, give it a 100 on the x-axis. And let's just bring up one of the animations and see what it looks like. And go with run score F. See if we can try. Okay, hurdle. Okay. Target. I want to check if the root bone is going along with the source skeleton's root bone. So basically, right now our root bone is red line means our root bone is actually moving, so that's good. Just to double check, we can go to source and click on the source root bone, and everything seems to be matching perfectly, so that's good. Okay, so that's the first. Sorry, one sec. Where was the map curve? Map curve is not what I added. Okay. Add a second one. This pin bone operator makes sure our root motion is perfectly matching. Next one we need is make sure the IK bones are matching. Okay, this one bone, this two. We need about 4, I think. Yeah. Okay, so for the IK bones, we want to first pin the IK bones to the target, which is our SWAT guy. So copy 2 bone is our start. Let's start with IK underscore foot root. And we want to copy the transform from the root bone. Sorry, not rod, root. So we're copying the root bone transform over to the IK foot root. And we want to do this to, let me think, IK hand, yeah, IK hand root as well, and also from root bone. And we need to do IK foot R, copy from foot R. And IK foot L to foot L. So this part is very important. If we don't do this, if there's an like slight offset to the IK foot bone's location, it might stretch or compress the character's feet, like foot bone, when we apply the foot IK like to the character. So very important to get this part ready first. And also we want to uncheck this maintain offset. We don't want any offset if there's any. So global offset, we can actually ignore this part. I think the second operator is done. Let's add a third. This one we want to do the hand bones. Sorry, 1 second, let me check if I missed something. The number 2 is the root bone. This one is IK foot, IK foot, IK hand root. Number 4 is okay, yeah, makes sense. Okay, that's all good. Third one, we need to add that's 2. Let's add one more, 3 elements. So third one, we need to add for traversal, we can simply add ik hand gun map to hand r. A copy of this ik hand r, also copy from hand r, and ik hand l to I hand l. So if we check on the left side, make sure click on target, which is our SWAT guy, and click on search for IK, and we need to check if footbone arm and IK hand bones are in the correct location. I guess we can try search for foot instead of IK. So foot bones right here, and click on foot R, IK, foot R. They're in the same location, which is perfect. So now these three should be all we need for the locomotion part. When we get to the traversal part, we're going to need a couple more. So let's just stick with these and move on to retargeting these animations. All right, so to begin with the retargeting animation, we can actually go to our source animation folder, which is dense. Let's go copy the folder name of this one, get in here, and actually we might want to open up a second content browser. Okay. All right, we want to go to the one folder and create a new folder, paste the name. So now we have this name right here. And I remember we have a retargeter. Yeah, right here. So in here, we don't want to use the auto-generated retarget. We want to use the one we created instead. So RTG UE5_SWAT. This is the one we need. And let me just save everything just in case we have a crash. Okay, so we still have the folder name in our clipboard. So just paste it here. It will select all of the animations inside that folder. So we can just select all of these and click on export animation and go to one, and this folder, we want to search for the suffix called UE5. Oh, no, percentage 2, and switch to, let's call it _SW and export. Overwrite existing file, that's okay. Export, and now we have these two animations. We just let's just check if the animation looks okay. All right, seems okay, pretty natural. And let's check the other one. This is a stand to crouch transition. Okay, everything's good. Now we can move on to this part. All right, select these two PSD files, and we want to drag it. Before we drag it anywhere, let's expand this. Now we can drag it over to this folder, and make sure you click on this copy here instead of move here. Okay, now it's copied. We can I'm sorry? Yeah. So just now that we have these two copied here, and we can go to batch rename and search UE5, switch it to SW, apply, and we're done. And the batch rename is actually from a plugin I forgot to mention. It's also a built-in plugin, so you can enable it inside this search rename, I think. Yeah, batch renamer. Yeah, just make sure this is enabled. Okay, so now that we have these two here, we can open it up, and these are still the UE5 animations we are referencing. So next step is we are going to replace the animations with new retargeted animations, but there's a bit of a preparation we need to do first. All right, let's move on. So before we switch out the animation, I think we need to also prepare some other assets in advance. So for example, let's start with this PSN. This is a normalization set. So let's browse it over here, and we have 3 of them. This is dense test, and sparse all. We just need a dense one. We don't need the test one. That should be okay. Let's just grab it and copy it to 1. We also need a where's that? Yeah. That's normalization. We also need the schema. So browse to the schema and copy all 5 of them over to 1, and let's rename all of them. Batch rename, search for _UE5, replace with _SW, I think. Okay, so let's start with the normalization set. These are the database that's referencing, so all of them basically. Let's leave it here for now, and not much we need to do with this one for now. I think some of them will be switched to replaced automatically, I think. So let's just move on to schemas. So start with the default one. First thing we need to do is switch the skeleton to our SWAT guy, our custom character. So UE5, and also we need to create a mirror data table, which you can do by I already created one right here. So if you don't have this, just go to what was that? Mirror. Data table. No. Oh. Sorry, I forgot how to create mirror data tables. Oh, I think it's probably, yeah. Just right-click and right-click on empty space and just search for mirror. And we have this one. And we want to search for the SWAT skeleton and just click on accept. This new data table will be ready to go. It's exactly the same as the one I created. So I'm gonna remove this one and use the old one I made. Okay, so get back to our PSD. Where's our PSD? Okay, PSS file. Okay, this post search schema. The first thing we did is replace the skeleton with the custom character skeleton, and then we need to add a mirror data table to this. Just place it here, and the channels and stuff, we don't need to change much of it. So just save this and move on to the next one. The first one we did is PSS default, and then let's do PSS idle. Same thing, switch to SWAT. Make sure the data table is using, oh, this one's actually using UE5. I should use mirror SWAT. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Switch to SWAT. Yeah. Okay, now idle is done. Let's do jumps. SWAT. SWAT. Stop. This one, let's just leave it here for the moment, I think, because we can actually do this later, and will show us some errors, but it's okay. Easy, it should be easy to fix. For now, we can just switch this to this is idle, so we want to choose idle SW, and it will tell us these are not matching skeletons, so we just remove these. But before we do that, you need to memorize how these are set up. For example, this button means this animation is playing in the original fashion, but if you click it once, it will be playing in a mirrored way, or you can click it again, it will, both of the original and mirrored animation will be played. It's very important for other animations, so for now, let's just memorize how it's set up here and here. Now we can remove this and go to our dense crouch idle folder, select these two, place it in here. And remember, these two reselection buttons are turned off. Now, if we click on these animations, you will see they are playing correctly in here. That means our post-search database will be able to select these animations based on the search schema. Okay? While we're at it, let's also replace this PSN with PSN-SW. This one's dense all, so let's just keep it the same way. Okay, nothing else needs to be changed. We just need to close this one down and move on to the second PSD, which is mirrored. So as you can see here, I have these two in the set to mirrored only. So let's switch out the SW. So this is idle SW. Okay. Remove these two. We want to drag the same animations in here, but set them both to mirrored. So it's not showing somehow. Okay. Now it's as you can see, the character has the right foot in front and left foot in the back. In the original PSD, we have left foot forward, right foot in the back. This is very important for ATPS because ATPS use offhand wielding sometimes, and for some weapons, if you like, for example, holding the weapon in the left hand, and sometimes the torso gets twisted too much and doesn't look good. So basically what ATPS update does is it adds a auto switch function between these two original and mirror animations. So when we switch hand to the other hand, we can actually play the mirror animation, and it will look much better than the original one. Okay. Now that we're done with idle animations, we can make a save and repeat the process. We go back to, where was the okay. I need to go back to ATPS update motion matching UE5 dense. All right, this is the second folder we need to process. This is the turn in place animation. We do the same, copy all of these. I want to place it here. Okay. And go back to our one folder, create a new one, paste the name. Back in here we go, oh, actually we don't need to go back in here. We still have the retargeter open, so let's just paste the folder name here, and we have 16. Just to double check, we have 16.2 inside this folder, which is perfect. So now we can go back to our retargeter, select all, and export animations to the new folder. And we still use these renamers, so just export, and everything's here. Okay, now we can, takes a little while to save. Let's give it a couple seconds. Anyway, we have this, we have the 16 animations ready. We can now copy these over to, okay, I should turn on navigation. Yeah, show source panel. Yeah, this will be a lot easier this way. Okay, so in here I can grab these two and copy them over to the new folder. Click here, and we have to rename these two to SW. And this one will be SW mirrored. Okay, starting with the first one, switch out this default to default SW. And we get these errors. Also need to switch out this to all SW. Yeah. Okay. So these are not. These are only the original animations, not the mirrored ones. So we just remove all of this and search for. Actually, let's not search for anything. Grab all 16 of them and where was the? Oh, it's already here. All right, grab all 16 of them and drag all of them inside. But in here, let's search for mirror and remove all of these 8 mirror animations. So the left are just these original animations. I forgot to check if reselection should be enabled, so let's just have a look in the mirrored. Okay, so all of them are enabled, so that's fine. Okay, so for now we have all 8 turn-in-place animations for the in the original PSD, and this one should be okay. Let's move on to the mirrored, which is already opened. Switch out this default to default SW. This one to all SW. Remove all of these. And now we can search for mirror. grab all of these, place it in here. We don't need to change these to mirror only because it's already a mirrored animation. Okay, so basically I don't want the animations to I don't want them to play in the same PSD because this one turn L 45 degree animation is actually turning right, and this mirror animation and the original animation both turn the character to the side, basically 45 degrees, and if they play in the same PSD, sometimes it will get confused and reselecting between these two animations, and you get the character in the basically in a jiggling state. So let's just keep everything original like this. Okay, now that the second one's done, we should actually check the animations, see if they are playing okay. So click on all of them. Okay, seems to be okay. All right, should be good to move on to the next one and get back in here. Now the third one is loops. Same thing, under one we create a new folder, paste it in here, and want to go to the retargeter, go to loops. These are 12 animations. I want to check if we also have 12 in here. Just okay, 14 minus these two, that's 12. Okay. Now we can retarget retarget everything over to the third folder. Export. Everything's here. Grab these two. Copy to this folder. And I don't want to save everything now. It's probably gonna take a bit of time. Let's just do batch rename. Search for _UE5 to SW. Apply. Okay, open this one up. It's the same process. So right now I'm playing all of the original animations in here. How many of these? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. All 12 of them. So I actually opened a ticket to Unreal Engine Epic support team to tell them to add a asset counter here. It will be a lot easier this way. They still haven't done anything about this yet. Anyway, let's switch out the PSS and PSN files. Grab everything, make sure we have remember all of these settings. Original only, reselection disabled. Now we can remove everything, drag the new animations inside. So everything is already in original. Now we can select everything and right click, go to disable post search reselection. Yeah, so now that's done. Okay. Wait, this is the sorry, wrong animations. My bad. These are the turn in place animation, not the loop animations. Sorry, my bad. Let me get back to this. Okay, these 12. Place in here. Disable reselection. That's it. Okay, now we have all of the animations playing correctly in a beautiful circle shape. And do the mirror one. Same process, just need to memorize these are mirrored only. So SW, remove everything and drag all of these in here. set everything to mirror only and disable reselection. Okay, and all right, let's get back to this one. Click on this back button. That will bring us back to the UV5 folder. We're done with loops. Let's do pivots. And where's the yeah, right here. Okay, fourth folder is pivots. And in pivot, we actually have a lot. 133, actually 131. Okay, so place the folder name here. We have 131. That's good. Select all of them and export to this new folder. This might take a few seconds. Yeah, and we're gonna have to do this for the running and walking and sprinting as well. So yeah. Okay, so we got everything in here. We can click on back button. Now that we have everything in here, I just want to zoom out a little and go back to our, yeah, this one. We drag and copy these two over. Okay, batch rename. Search for SW. Okay. Okay, this one is also using default. This one, SW. Okay, let's check the settings. All of these are original only and reselection disabled. That's good. Okay, select everything and just remove. Okay. I wouldn't dare to bring everything up like this. Will take a lot of time to load. Alright, select everything except these two. Now we can drag. This is okay. 100 something animations. Okay. Disable reselection. Oh, come on. Yeah. Most of the PSD files you can use the same way to process, but some of them are slightly different. For example, some of them are using different schemas. For running and walking, sometimes you need to use the stop schema, sometimes you need to use the jump or idle. So you need to make sure this one is set to the correct schema. Normalization sets, they all use the same one, so this one just need to switch to the SW one and that will be fine. And you also need to make sure the mirror settings are the same. Some I think it would be easier to just show you later, but right now we got everything good to go, I think. Yeah. Okay, now this is a box pivot animation. We can save this and move on to the okay, what is this one? Loops. Okay. Can close this one and move on to Third one. Somehow it's not. Okay. Still is, yeah, it's, although it's still a lot of fragmented information. It's very difficult to manage though. Yeah. Okay, so this part is different. As you can see in the, this is the mirrored pivot PSD, right? Most of the animations are set to mirror only, but these two, for these two turn animations, I set them to original only because this one turn L and turn right animations are essentially mirroring each other. So we don't need an extra mirror animation. We just need to mirror these, and that'll be okay. So let's replace the PSS and PSN. Select everything and remove. Now we need to select all except these two PSD files, drag and drop. Okay. Disable reselection for all of them. Okay. And now we need to go down the list and start from this turn L 45-degree animation. Select all of these. We want to set them to mirror only. And that's done. So basically, you can use the same process for the rest of the folders. Okay. Let me just, I think it would be a good time to show you the structure of all of these PSDs and animations. So each one of them, each one folder will contain at least one PSD file. That's for the chooser to pick the animation, to pick which animation we should play or which database we should search for, right? But we have like crouch, idle, turn, loop, pivot, start, stop. We also have idle, turn, walk, loop, and all of these for the walk and run and sprint animations, although not sprint though. So let's just finish the I think it would be best we finish the crouch part and we can try to play the animations and see how it works. Now let's move on to the fifth, which is start. We have a total of 36 animations. Now let's move on to folder 1. Here, create a new folder. And go back to retargeter. Okay, 36. Now drag and drop. Copy. Auto saving. Okay. All right. I'm gonna rename first. Okay, let's see how this one is set up. You have these 8 reface start and 8. Wait. Oh, okay. 8 reface animations. Not again, please. Something wrong with my mouse. Okay, try again. Okay, original only, reselection disabled. Okay, so using default, so let's switch to default. That's all. Remove browser 1. Drag and drop. Oh, what did I do? Enable, so, oh yeah, that's fine. Okay. Although we don't want the mirror animations, so search for mirror, remove all of these, and good to go. Let's do the second one, the mirror one. Wait, this is not the right folder. Did I? Crouch start. Okay, I don't know how this happened, but that's fine. Okay, this is the correct folder. Wrong PSD file, I'm afraid. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, right now we are dealing with 8 mirrored reface animations, and all the rest are start animations with mirror options checked. So select all, remove them, switch out to default. That's all. Now we can drag. Maybe let's do the actually, I don't think there is a smart way to do things this way anyway. So search for reface. We want to remove all of the original animations and leave the mirror animations in place. So oh, okay. I'm gonna try that later. Right. So mirror animations are already mirrored, so we want them to play in the original way. The rest of them, we need them to be mirrored. And disable reselection for all. Now that's good. Okay. Last one I think is stop animation. So go to this one, stop, we have 20. Go back to 1. Stop. And like I don't know, like a minus in front of it, or woo, it actually works. Yeah, yeah. Actually works. Wow, nice. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. This is nice. Okay, so this 20 animations we need, and we want to export them to the stop folder. Let's do just that. Okay. Now drop these two over to the stop folder as well. Okay, rename these for U5, W, fly. Okay. All right, stop. So for running and walking animations, the PSD file, the stop PSD actually use PSS stop, but for crouching, for some reason, it's using default. I've checked the original GASP setup, and it's the same. I'm not sure if this is intended or it's an oversight, but the default, the PSS, actually works quite well. So let's just use this one. So, okay. That's I think all 20 of them. Oh wait, forgot to check the yeah, all original reselection disabled. So that will be go to stop, all 20, disable reselection. And if we try again, we should see these animations stopping here. Okay. And next one is our stop mirrored PSD. Stop mirrored PSD, everything is mirrored and reselection disabled. So remove everything and grab all. Okay, disable reselection, set to mirror only. Okay, now that this stop animation is done, let's just check if we missed something in the crouch department. Okay, all 6. That should be enough. Okay, I guess next we can move on to let's set up locomotion, set up a motion matching character and see how these animation plays. Let's go to UE5 folder, go back to UE5. We have this ABP motion matching UE5. We want to retarget this animation BP, right? And let me see, how can I asset action? Yeah, right here, retarget animation. Just want to retarget this ABP. So ABP underscore motion matching. What's the name? Yeah. Okay. So this is essentially a blank animation asset, animation BP. There's no animation sequence inside of this ABP. So when we retarget this thing, it will not bring any of the directly referenced animation sequence. So it will just be creating a new animation BP for our SWAT guy. Let's just find the mesh and retarget asset. Actually, the UE5 underscore SWAT. This one should do just fine. Let's export this over to 1. Rename it 5 and SW, I think. Export. Oh yeah, I forgot. It is actually referencing some of the animations. These are the aim offsets, like head tracking aim offsets and lean animations. Let's worry about these later, I think. But now let's check our animation BP. See if we can do something in here. I guess. Well, let's open up AnimGraph. I'm not putting anything inside this AnimGraph except for these interface calls, linked anim layers. So all of the pose setup is actually inside these two. You need to go to animation layers and the motion matching main. This is the main motion matching setup, and offset root bone is mostly the skeletal control bit. Okay, so pose history. Let's we don't need to do much about this. I think we just need to go over to motion matching and main, and let me quickly check. For now, let's just bypass these blend space in case it gives us some, I don't know, some issues. This is the motion matching node, and it's responsible for playing the selected animation, but it's not, the animation is not selected here. You need to go back to, let's just search for evaluate chooser, I think. Okay, evaluate chooser. Here. Okay, so right now it's referencing this ABP motion matching underscore UE5, this chooser table. We need to create a new chooser table. So let's just drag this. This is dense. This is post search database. I think we need both of them. Let's just drop these two and copy over to one. A little messy. Let me just quickly clean things up. I need to additive. I want to move all of these except this. And stand idle loop, that's fine. I'm gonna put everything in here for now. Move. Next thing we're gonna do is create a new chooser table to select the correct PSDs, then feed the PSDs and the selected animations over to the motion matching node. Then we can see the animation being played on the character. All right, let me see if I can bring this up. Okay, so this is a dense chooser table, and what we actually need to do first is go here. I think it would be best we rename things first. Let's just add a dense underscore SW. Let's rename these two first. SW, and let's start with the this one, post search database SW. Open it up. You will see it's only referencing the post search database dense, which is this one. In the original setup, there's also a sparse data table, which is for, I think it's for when the character is in a high LOD situation, for example, far away and doesn't have to render all that good. And obviously, you don't need to play all of these intricate animations, right? You just need a couple more, maybe a fraction of all of these animations to make it look just okay, I guess, right? So I didn't do the sparse animation because back then I didn't have the time to collect them and put them into each PSDs. But all of the animations are the same. I just need to create the sparse PSDs and chooser tables in the future, and then we can work out something for like high LOD or low LOD situations. For now, let's just focus on this data database, post search database, and on the right side we have this class parameter referencing ABP motion matching UE5. We want to switch to SW underscore SW. So I have this one right here, and this chooser table we also want to switch out to dense SW. And that's it for this one. Let's just save and go to our database dense SW. And in here we also need to switch out to underscore SW. That's right here. Okay. Essentially, this part means we are trying to take in these variables from this class, this animation BP. So we need to make sure it's using the same animation BP as this one, the one that's referencing this chooser table. So let's switch out to this one first, and now we need to go to the stand idle, stand walk, something, crouch. We need to replace the crouch first. So go to crouch idle, and this one is idle UE5. We want to switch to idle SW, and this idle UE5 mirror we want to switch to SW mirror. Do the same for the rest. Stop SW, stop SW mirror, and turn in place. Turn in place mirror. Okay, this is the idle situation. Let's also do moving. Start. Start mirror. Loop. Wait, this is not. Should be this one. Okay. Loop SW mirror. That's the one. Pivot. Okay, got the wrong one. Pivot mirror. Okay. Now everything's good to go, I think. We can go back to our ABP here and switch out this evaluate chooser node. Let's bring this one up, evaluate. Although we should probably just be able to, we could just click on this and let's disconnect this for now. And right click on this, refresh node. Now we can select our chooser, which is dense SW, or should be the other one, should be this one, I think. Database SW. Okay, let's just plug this one in and fix this node, refresh, and we need an animation BP reference. We can use this self node right here. Okay, I'll compile, save. Now the stand idle and the walk and run animation is still playing, but it's actually using the UE5 animation instead of using the SWAT animation. So let's just save it for now and create a child class and place it into the level. Let's see how it plays. More importantly, we're gonna need to see if the crouch animations are okay. So let's go to ATPS update, and we want to go to motion matching. In here, I already created one, but let's start one from scratch. Okay, so this ATPS base character underscore UE5 this one is the new base character. As you can see, it's parented to character class. And yeah. Okay, so we can just create a child blueprint from this one. And we're gonna call it SW. Remove the rest. Okay. And inside, we will switch out the mesh to SWAT. And switch out the animation BP to motion matching SW. Okay. Seems to be all right. Content, ATPS update. Let's go to update and motion matching. I want to open up a level, the default level. Let's see. Oh, do I want to save? It's probably best if we save first, but it could take I don't know. Let's see. The character standing, but the animation is actually a little like the guy is cold or something. That's because we're directly using UE5 animation for standing and moving, right? Looks good, but not that good. Let's see how crouch works. Right? If I press C, oh come on. Now, this is the animations we retargeted. First time we run something, it might still be loading animations, and so it will take some time. And sometimes we see a T-pose, that's okay. Give it a few seconds and it will be all good. So it's a little bit laggy on my side. I think I opened too many assets, but I'm not sure if you are seeing this, but everything seems to be okay on my side. Yeah. Well, not exactly spot on, I would say. Let's see, it does have a little bit of this kind of situation. I guess this is something we can fix with the skeletal control part, or we can adjust the retarget animations a little bit. But it would be best to, well, let me just stop this for now. Let's just check this for real quick. Let me see, where is it? Where's the oh. I need to go to UE5 SWAT. No. Where's my? Okay. Just stuck. Let's just try here. Crouch idle. No, come on. Oh. Thanks. Crouch idle loop. Oh, this is the it's okay. It seems okay right here, right? I guess we can try to disable the foot locking and see if that helps. I mean, we do need to make sure the animation is working first, but after that, foot locking is also tend to mess with our animation a little bit. So let's disable foot placement. Was it use mirror pose? We have 2 of them. Let's disable both of them. God, let me close my other project. It's just ridiculously slow. What? Okay. Save and quit. All right. Why is it not? Okay, start it. All right. Just gonna have a quick look at the animation without the foot locking. Okay. Still seem to be a little bit off though, right? I guess in this case we probably need to tweak the animations instead of messing with the logic. So when we are doing the let me just find the retargeter. Okay, right here. So let's find the animation crouch _ idle loop UE5. Oh, please. Okay, and here it does seem like the foot is a little bit above the ground. Can't quite tell though. I mean, it's a little bit strange. But there's something we can do in here. For example, when we want to, there's multiple ways we can do this. For example, inside chain mapping. Oh, come on. Can't find the character. Okay. Yeah. Okay. In chain mapping, we have, for example, right leg. Select this. Will ask us to whether we want to blend to source. We have IK enabled, but didn't blend to the source bone. Normally, I would keep this off, but in our case, it seems it's a little bit above the ground, so I guess you can adjust this value, because what this does is trying to match the foot bone exactly to the Manny's foot bone location. But Manny have a much smaller shoe, so you know, it could be because of this issue, or it could be because this animation is, Manny's animation is a little bit off as well. So it could be very easy to fix. I guess next time, maybe tomorrow, we can work on this, work on retargeting this crouch idle animation. I mean, it's just 1 or 2 of them, right? And basically, all we can, what we can do is retarget this animation again, this time with a little bit value here, right? For example, 0.5, that should give us very good contact to the ground. And then we just export this animation to replace the old one, and that will be it. Okay? I guess this is a good place to to stop. Maybe we can continue sometime tomorrow.